Hello once again, witchy people. Welcome back to my Constead and another little journey through the weirdness that is my mind. So I've been thinking a lot recently about how complicated we make things. And I was talking in a roundabout way to a dear friend about the law of attraction. And I thought, if I'm not a Wiccan or in an organised group within witchcraft, or someone who knows about the modern way we perceive law of attraction, how do I use and learn what this means, and also how to apply them to my craft as quite a down-to-earth solitary witch. So we're going to break it down. So the law of attraction, let's see if I can put it into other things. This is what I mean about making it complicated. We've created this law of attraction. Before then it was basically, it's not the same, but along the same veins is manifestation. Believe in yourselves and make your dreams happen is another one. Positive vibes, karma, fake it till you make it. These are all phrases that have been used for quite a while. Alignment to the universe and being open to the universe. So these are all kind of the law of attraction. So basically, what, in a very simplified way, the law of attraction is like attracts like, or think into reality, think into things, and think good thoughts, and those thoughts will happen. And it's basically the universe reacting to your good vibes. It's not, you mustn't get it into your head that this is all, if I think these things, and follow the rules of laws of attraction, the law of attraction. All I've got to do is think these things, they happen. They haven't. That's not what happens. You have to take positive measures and actions to create what you want to happen. And that's things like, I don't know, if you want your friends to be nicer to you, be nice to them first. But visualise them being nice to you. So the law of attraction basically states that if you expect bad things to happen, that's what you notice, therefore bad things are happening. And if you focus on the good and the good things that you want to happen, so I've got hair in my mouth, you will attract those positive experiences. I'm not retaping this. I've done it three times already. Okay. So there is a sideline to this that kind of, I will go off topic in a little bit, in a sort of way, but that's basically the law of attraction. If you look up law of attraction, you'll find literally hundreds of articles, blogs, videos, instructions, letting normies, normal people who don't believe in magic, in on this massive secret, with exercises and techniques for positive mentality, visualization techniques, and the magical combination of gratitude or appreciation, affirmation and visualization to bring the law of attraction into your life, making it manifest, bringing in manifestation, which is the law of attraction brings about manifestation. So that's what I mean by they're not exactly the same thing. The law of attraction brings about manifestation. just to try and, I was going to say try and make that clear, but it doesn't. It's muddy as, you know, anything. So starting with gratitude or appreciation. So basically the law of attraction says that if you note the good things in your life and what is working well for you, take note of them and all the positives. If you focus on those and notice these, it will promote positive feelings. It doesn't make you feel happier if you focus on the happy things and the good things in your life. And basically it's because you're taking your attention away from the negative side. So this can put you in a emotional and mental place where you attract what you appreciate the most, but because you're noticing what you appreciate the most. So next is affirmation. Affirmation is, and this is where you're going to start noticing the real parallels with magic. So affirmation is to take all those positives and build on them and expand them, with the idea that we become what we seem. So it's kind of like if you pretend long enough, it will become reality. It's like fake it if you make it. The affirmation is also to never say I can't and always say I can. It's so instead of saying I could be richer, I could be happier, you say I am happy, I have enough, and you reaffirm those things and you repeat them over and over again. And by repeating those phrases and statements of a positive nature, you know, you find ways keeping it positive, and that attracts positivity. It's believing that what you want is a reality. So next it's visualization. Now visualization is essentially creating a picture in your mind of the positive outcome you want and truly feeling that this is your reality. So it's kind of like expecting the best to happen and knowing and truly feeling that it will. So basically the law of attraction is working a spell. This is what I mean by parallels. So it's spell working. Most spell workings take those 3 steps and chuck in a few other things, you know, like incense or correspondences, herbs, tools, rites, whatever. And we use that to increase the potency, to make it more powerful, to increase the effectiveness of the spell, and also to send our magic, our intent, into the universe and set it to work. We visualize the outcome of a spell to focus our intent and meaning. We write or say, even if it's in our heads, words, incantations, rhymes, to ensure that we're getting the intent going in the right direction. And we also use the words kind of like sum up what we're doing it for, what we're doing the spell working for, and to explain what the spell is. And the appreciation comes in a few different ways. We can appreciate, you can call it gratitude if you like, appreciation and gratitude. So it can be the appreciation of the outcome, believing that the outcome's going to be the way you want it to. That's your appreciation. Or it can be thankful of the power, the energy, or it could be like a giving of thanks to, or honouring ancestors or pantheon, that sort of thing, or nature. Spells and magical workings are described as the use of energy and focused intention to create a physical change or reality. So although the tenets of like attracts like and thoughts becoming reality or thoughts becoming things are somewhat basic. They are the basis of what witches call spellwork. They are the basis of law of attraction. They are a basis, it was in the larger scope of what is spellwork and magic, what a witch sees as spellworking and magic. Now, it can be quite difficult in some paths, within some paths, and some witches to use this technique. Because if you, say for instance, have a certain sixth sense, or you're clairvoyant in some way, and you are one of these people that gets, or even if you're an empath, it can make things very difficult. But you can, so I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. If you are one of those kind of people that has a sense of foreboding, that you know something bad is going to happen, you know within yourself that the law of attraction simply states that like attracts like, so therefore you are going to attract the badness that you think is going to happen to you. And I don't think for many empaths and for many clairvoyants, or anyone with some kind of mediumship, or a seer in some ways, has the power to change that feeling that we have when we know something's going to happen. We can try to change it, but sometimes it's just a sense of, I know something bad is going to happen, I'm going to prepare for it. And we can warn other people if you think it involves other people, but for some it's just sometimes you get a bad feeling and it's something to do with your sixth sense rather than the universe, and the law of attraction. So that can make it really difficult for some of us. And like I touched on before, also it's very much, I think, it's not as easy as thinking your deepest desires into reality. It doesn't quite work that way. You do have to take physical steps to actually get what you want. So it is basically, changing yourself, taking actions yourself to create actions in others, or to create that ripple effect. So it's along the lines of everything you do affects everything else. So kind of breaking down the law of attraction and what it is quite difficult, because I think it means something, it's quite a modern term. It's certainly sort of raised its head over the last few years. And like I said, there are so many. I mean, I don't have TikTok. I have enough problems trying to figure out Instagram. I don't have TikTok. So I don't know what kind of feed you get, but I have been told there is an awful lot of stuff coming through on TikTok about, the law of attraction and how it works and how to do it and everything else. And like I said, it's spell work. We use the basic tenets and basic rules of law of attraction all the time if we cast a spell. So whether it's non-witches, normies, as I say, normal people who don't believe in magic, normies, who want, it's their way of doing magic without admitting that they're doing magic. But then you're also admitting that the universe, that's the other thing, you're also admitting that the universe is more powerful than whatever God you tend to follow if you're religious in a certain way. But also within all of that, you also have to accept, for me anyway, that there has to be balance in the universe. So you you can't keep on expecting good things to happen to everyone and always. There has to be balance. I'm not saying that good and bad has to happen to people, but you can't expect positivity all the time. You have to cope with negativity as well. And there's also someone, and I'm hoping someone else makes a video about this. Someone was made a comment about the laws of attraction, and if you just believe that if you think good things, they'll happen, that is spiritual bypassing. See, and it's all these things, and this is what I mean about we tend to make, I think we make life very complicated for what most of us have been doing for a long time. A few years ago suddenly became part of something else, and doing spell work became the law of attraction, and doing spell work and trying to make changes becomes manifestation or visualization and everything. And it's not, it's just, let's break it down into absolute basics and say what it is for me. Now, for a lot of more modern people, I'm not going to say younger people, I'm just going to say more modern people, they'll understand about the law of attraction and they'll know exactly what it means. But for some of us older thinking people, I think it's just, we make it, we don't make it. It seems that the world is making it more complicated than it really is. And this is stuff that we've been doing for a long time that suddenly has got a new name and a new explanation, but it all boils down to the same thing. So we do make things complicated, but that's my sort of version of the law of attraction, and breaking it down. Breaking it down into something that I understand. Now, I may have made it more confusing for some people. I apologise for that. You can thank me later. But it's just, like I said, there's so much that, and we get told we have to do, or we should do, or, and there's so much that we take on that we say is new, and it's not new. It's stuff that we've been doing for longer than most of us have been alive, if not all of us, and a lot longer. And we overcomplicate it. We say it's something new and we try to explain things away, and we overcomplicate things instead of just, and maybe it is a younger generation, a new movement, or a way of thinking for another generation to make it their own and to explain it in a way that they understand, because they're younger. People, like I said, people with younger brains. I don't have a young brain. My mum, obviously, is older than me, obviously, I believe, has a younger brain than me. Like I said, it's not to do with anything about being older or wiser or clever. It's just some people have a younger brain. I have an older brain. But yeah, it's kind of, I suppose, each generation making sense of what their forebears did, the previous generation, or whatever, making sense in their world. But for me, some of it is just overcomplicating. Just take it as it is and carry it on. Like I said, it may be that also that a lot of people who want this law of attraction want to do spell working, they want magic, but don't want to admit to doing it for either religious reasons or because they just think it's silly. Which, if you believe in the law of attraction, you're believing in magic. There's no point thinking one's silly and one's not, because it's the basis of the same thing. The law of attraction, I think, is part of the bigger scope of things, that is magic. There you go. See what I mean about the weird thing that's in my mind? Rambling on again. So there is. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, witchy people. I'll be back very, very soon. Bye for now.